You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
I go by Toyota. Sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.
This is Your Welcome America, the podcast that explains what the bloody hell Brits are banging on about.
In every episode, we translate British pop culture for America
And American pop culture for Britain. Welcome.
I am Ben.
I am Frazer.
Frazer, like Razor, and welcome to the 420 special.
Ooh, yeah, man.
No. I'm nervous and excited to hear what music you might just put in here. Like, remember in Never Been Kissed, where she goes into the club and she has the pot brownie?
Oof, that... I'm concerned that there was all white people with dreadlocks in that scene. Were there actual black people in that scene?
I can't confirm or deny.
This is Future Fraser. Now, I've reviewed the tapes, and while the entire scene itself is hugely racist, I will say it didn't feature any white people with dreadlocks, so I guess good for them? Who cares?
So we will get into it properly to explain to our UK listeners what 420 is. 420, April 20th. It is a day of cannabis celebration. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
So before we get into going into, and we're going to do a special, so we're just going to talk about that today. We're going to properly go into it. We obviously need to do our top of the show business, just our like catch up, a bit of feedback. Shall we indulge in what are you calling that? A weed pen?
It is. It's a vape. It's a vape pen.
Okay.
So this is from the store MedMen.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, and I got this delivered. I don't understand any of the words written on it, but it's basically, yes, a weed pen.
Okay.
So
You going to take a hit?
I'm going to take a hit. Okay.
I'm really nervous about this. Okay. Oh, can you hear that? Ugh, this culture's not for me. It's so grim. Wait, did you inhale it?
Yeah.
Like properly inhale it?
Yes,
Okay.
you have to.
Hang on.
It's not a cigar.
Oh, I can smell it.
Oh, my God. Did you...
What?
That's a lot of smoke. Did you take that in?
I did. Was I meant to?
Okay.
Oh, no, did I take too much?
No. I think... you did... You... We'll return to that vape pen if we need it
I don't want
later
it.
in the episode, but let's see what happens.
Okay. Wait, quick question. I know
Yes.
we're going to return to the vape pen, the weed pen. What did they say, like, on the packet that one does? Because, I mean, you can be an anxious Annie, so what does that one do?
Right, well, I'm not sure you're going to like this piece of information, but especially now you've had it. No, I'm not trying to trick you. No, basically what happened is I ordered some gummies to sleep, and I needed to up the amount in my basket so that I could get delivery.
Okay.
So I was like, I'll get a pen, but I'll make sure it's like one for sleep. Then I got a call from this real annoying person from the MedMen store, and he was like, hey, this is Zach from MedMen downtown. They don't have the vape that you need and blah, blah, blah. I was like, Zach, just give me an exact replica of the one that I ordered. I was like, I want it for sleep. I get
Something
anxious.
similar.
Don't do anything crazy. He's like, yeah, man, I'll like hook you up. Now, I will say that when this one arrived, it did have the exact same levels of whatever you need to
THC and CBD?
Yes, this has got less
CBD?
THC.
Central Business District?
Yes.
Okay.
And THC, which is, I was trying to think of an acronym for THC.
The Horlicks Cup.
Anyway, this has less THC, which is the like less
trippy,
less stoned feeling.
Okay.
So it's meant to be CBD. It's like higher in relaxation, slightly less stoned.
Oh, okay.
However, when it arrived, it did say potent on the outside of it, which was like.
But I think all of them are labeled potent, maybe.
Okay,
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Okay, we're going to circle back to that and see how we feel. We have some catching up to do.
We do.
We've had a busy old time. Do you want to talk about everything that happened on Friday night? No, we won't. Let's just skip that blurry night that has many memories and lasting things, and we will go to Saturday night. Where did we go? What did we do? Because do you know who's in town?
our girl Crystal.
Yep.
She joined us in Los Angeles, and we decided to leave Los Angeles for Saturday night. And we traveled to the sunny shores of Long Beach, California.
We went straight into the heart of the CBD to DTLB, as I was jokingly calling it on the ride down there. It turns out that the acronym DTLB is on signs, and it does stand for Downtown Long Beach.
Yeah, so we arrived in Long Beach, which is essentially people who live there consider it a part of LA, I think, but people who live in LA are like,
I don't think
we're not
it
going
is.
to Long Beach.
I don't think it's part of LA County or anything, is it?
I don't know. Anyway, it's a very strange place. It's at the beach, but it's not the California and Los Angeles you're thinking of if you're listing in the UK. It was pretty scary.
It was pretty scary. So we were going down there because Crystal was performing. So we nipped down there in the Jeep, Crystal full face. Didn't someone recognize Crystal
Yes.
from the car and then
Yes.
message Crystal's inbox?
Yes.
That was a whole thing. So we went down there for the Long Beach Grand Prix, didn't we?
Yeah, so we went to Hamburger Mary's in Long Beach, but yeah, the Long Beach Grand Prix had taken place.
Whoops.
It was a real fun meeting of minds when we were in line for Hamburger Mary's, and these very straight American men were walking past like, "Goo."
Yeah, now UK listeners, if you're thinking of, I don't know, like the Grand Prix in Monaco or all that kind of stuff you watch on TV, and there's like Jerry Halliwell on the sidelines or whatever she's doing, Princess Grace of Monaco like flying a flag. I don't know. That's not what the LB Grand Prix was like.
The LBGP.
Yeah. DTLB's GP.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was weird. I didn't like it. I felt like it was more like they were at like, what is that called when, not bumper cars, what's it called when cars just crash?
Drag
Something
racing?
Derby? Derby? Oh dear.
I don't know.
You
They just
know, there's that
crash?
term for like the cars they will drive and just like smash into each other.
Oh, like crash test. No.
Crash
what?
test dummies.
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about.
Future Frazer Demolition Derby. We saw a wild drag show. It was
did.
Drag Kings. Crystal performed. It was really fun.
And we saw also that toddler who was in the audience also saw it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that toddler saw our girl Crystal just
Shove a condom up her nose and
Yeah.
pull it out, and Axel grind her crotch and pull a hot dog out of her crotch as well.
Yeah, it was not a family show, but there was a family there.
Yeah, that drag king, Ivory Onyx, phenomenal stripper god.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, and all the bachelorette parties were going crazy for him.
Yeah.
That was super fun. The drinks were served in a shoe if
Yeah.
you ordered a cocktail.
And
Like
when
a giant-
you get the bill, but only to certain tables, the bill is delivered inside of a shoe. And
Yeah.
it was really funny seeing the server carrying like 7 or 8 just single shoes, like all hooked over his arm. And it was like, you could tell he was like, oh, can I not just have a piece of paper or a nice leather
stacks of
bill thing that they have
checks.
in this country where they just slip you the bill in a little leather pouch.
like a little American Express pouch that you haven't seen since like 1992 in the UK.
Still, I love that they're still using them. It's very reassuring.
Some other things going on there. There were many birthdays going on.
Yeah.
Including, it got to the stage where they were saying happy birthday to everyone, individual people in the audience. And then someone was like, oh, it's my birthday in 10 days' time. So they got a birthday. Then someone wanted a shout out to the anniversary of their dad's passing.
Oh, that was a tough
you remember
moment.
that bit?
Because I don't think that our host didn't quite hear and understand. So it was, and then I think maybe he understood halfway through what he was saying. And it was a little, that one was a little awkward.
So that was Long Beach. Oh, actually, Colin, I think, came up with a good alternative. But I can't remember what it was. Like some coastal place.
No, that was me.
Oh, was it you?
Yes. I said it's Great Yarmouth.
Oh, okay.
It's where I was essentially born and raised. It had the exact same feeling as Great Yarmouth.
Did you feel at home?
Well, I felt the same sense of unease that I used to feel in Great Yarmouth, which is just like, it's like a sea salt kind of spray in the air and a sense of danger on like a kind of cobbled main street that's meant to be nice, has moments of niceness, but is also steeped in kind of a straight evil. Very Great Yarmouth.
So you just felt the fear. The fear.
Yeah,
down
I felt
okay, great.
felt that familiar, which I don't feel in my little kind of, gay bubble that I live in Los Angeles. So it's always a bit of a shock when you're like, oh, okay.
You're like, oh, I actually could get beaten up at any moment this evening.
Yeah, completely. Well, I'd like to see him try. You and me are pretty tough.
What? Just you try it. Shall we do some feedback?
Yes.
So Jason in London. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason. Oh yeah, we went to Otterpop with him in January.
We did.
Yeah. He sent a picture of Cheryl, and he said, Cheryl, now the face of Holland and Barrett. Okay, he sent us a little picture. I love the fact that he's been out and about and he's taken that picture exclusively for us. He probably sent it to other people. He says, I'm going to do it in Cheryl's voice. She's reclining on a chair, and she's holding up a box that says Feel. And the poster says, new and exclusive multivitamins backed by science, containing 32 amazing ingredients. It's getting weirder.
Backed by science is my favourite part of that.
Multivitamins backed by science. Our qualified advisors are here to help. H&B. It's pretty good.
That was good. Holland and Barrett. I don't think she's necessarily the face of Holland and Barrett.
No, I think she's doing it for this company, Feel.
Yeah.
And they've done some Holland and Barrett, some posters for Holland and Barrett.
Right.
How do you think Cheryl's ever got stoned?
Oh yeah, I bet she has. Of course she has.
What other feedback you got for us?
Well, Prosecco Pundit has been in touch. And now Prosecco Pundit's name is quite misleading because actually they are our Bloody Mary correspondent.
Well, Bloody Mary slash Caesar's. Because remember the Canadian version of a Bloody Mary. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I don't understand if you mean what Caesar's is. Caesar's salad?
No.
Caesar's palace.
The name of the Canadian Bloody Mary is
yes, it is a Caesar. You're right, it is. You really confused me.
You were really trying to gaslight me there. Sorry, not contagious. I keep saying Canadian Caesar salad, aren't I? Canadian. Okay. Oh my god.
I know what okay, I've got your back. You're trying to say a Canadian Bloody Mary is called a Caesar.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm reading this feedback. So our Bloody Mary / Caesar correspondents from Canada, there we go. They said, hi, not Caesar / Bloody Mary related. Celebrity coach trip. What's the US equivalent?
Oh.
And he says it's our favourite show. We watch it via Surfshark, which I don't know what that means.
Some sort of...
A shark surfs to their house from
and just holds
America
up
and holds up a TV. Yeah.
Giant TV.
And the cord goes all the way back to America.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, celebrity coach trip. Now, how does that work again?
So they go, basically it's a reality show in the UK and celebrities go on in pairs and they get on a coach, translation, bus. Which is slightly more luxury, but not a tour bus. And they travel around different destinations in Europe and do activities all together. And then I believe that they get voted off as a pair if they've not been fun on the coach or if they're trouble.
So what, someone, I don't know, well, this would be you. If someone wanted to use the coach toilet constantly, or get the coach to stop to use the toilet there.
No, listen, I think it has a toilet. So what is the US equivalent of coach trip? Because basically it's kind of it's a very fun but very low rent kind of concept.
Here, if they were going to do coach trip, they wouldn't do that. They would do a road trip in a convertible or something.
Right. I'm just trying to think of how it would work because it's kind of throwing together odd pairings of celebrities.
Well, I think we're just going to need to create it. Coach Trip USA
okay.
would be a very glamorous tour bus traveling across the States, and they would be proper big celebrities.
Yeah, and it would be called Celebrity Tour Bus.
Wow.
CTB.
And they'd just be stopping off at weird, in quotation marks, parts of America. Non-expected places, and you'd watch the celebrities, how they handled the places.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, recording is our... what's the word I'm looking for? Trademark. So people cannot take it. You know that thing?
Well, so everything we're saying, we're trademarking.
Trademark.
My impression of Cheryl.
Trademark's the wrong word. I can't remember what I'm trying to say. It's intellectual property.
Oh, IP. Okay.
IP.
Oh, yeah, IP for CTB. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. Is that all our feedback?
What was CTB? Celebrity the Bus? How does that work?
Celebrity Tour Bus.
Celebrity the Bus. Oh, no.
That's the end of feedback.
Bye.
And we're back, and as we said, it's going to be the 420 special. Now, 420 is how Americans write the date, April the 20th.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what else happens on April the 20th. It's a few people's birthdays. Let's just shout out a few people's birthdays. On April the 20th, we have Carmen Electra, born on 420. Tan from Queer Eye. Andy Serkis. Oh. Digital... monster extraordinaire. and Hitler.
Oh, I was about to ask, out of all those, who would you like to get high with? Wouldn't be the final one.
I'd say Carmen Electra.
Okay, got it.
Have you got the origin of 420
I
there?
do. Okay,
I
so-
can feel it coming from you.
420, and it's just labeled on Wikipedia, 420 cannabis culture.
Oh.
That's all it says. So, origins of 420. In 1971, 5 high school students in San Rafael, California, used the term 420 in connection with a plan to search for an abandoned cannabis crop based on a treasure map made by the grower.
What?
Calling themselves the Waldos because their typical hangout spot was a wall outside the school, the 5 students, they all named there, designated the Louis Pasteur statue on the grounds blah, 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 of their high school as their meeting place, and 4:20 p.m. as their meeting time. And they all just...
A treasure map.
I know.
I'm still like, my mind couldn't get past treasure map.
So, but essentially a group of kids.
Right.
It was just like a fun private joke, and it's expanded. Do you think this is fake?
Well, see, I read that it's kind of a hazy, much like taking drugs, man.
Much like the holiday itself.
I read that the beginnings are quite hazy. There's some things that relate it to like military things and other things, but then I also read that literally it was just this group of high school students that they met at 420 to get high.
Well, that's what this was.
Well, but it literally just there was no mention of a treasure map. That detail's really, really quite something.
It's written there. So that is the feedback. Now, different words and names.
That wasn't feedback.
That was the feedback from Wikipedia. Frazer's now drinking an orange can of Fanta, but a mini can.
It's a mini can. I just knew that I wanted a little something sweet if we did this, and I couldn't have a full-sized Fanta, so I'm just sipping a little mini Fanta.
When the mini can revolution hit the UK, woof.
Oh, yeah.
My mum was like, do you know what? I'm sick of buying these cans, and they get half drunk. Then the mini can came along.
Half drunk.
What are you
That's
doing in
not
your
too
house?
bad.
Just, half drinking like a can of Coke, leaving it, and then,
I was too much of a greedy little piglet for that. Anyway, what were you going to say? Carry on.
Okay, different words and names for weed, for cannabis.
Okay.
Weed, wacky backy, cannabis, dope, hashish,
Mary Jane.
Oh.
Sweet Mary Jane. I've heard that on the list.
SMJ.
Is that because of marijuana's with the J in it?
Oh, yeah, must
Sweet
be.
Mary Jane.
Oh, grass.
Skunk. That was a real 90s term.
But
Getting high on
wasn't
some
skunk like a type of weed?
I remember the word resin being used.
No, but resin. Do you remember resin? Wasn't that like that really gross? It almost looked like if that pool cue bit of chalk was green. That's what resin looked like.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't remember that. I just remember people saying the word resin and skunk.
Wait a minute.
I came to it all very late in life.
But what time? What year?
I was 19.
Okay.
I'd never tried anything before 19.
So when did you start seeing people like crumble up that little bit of resin into a rolling?
It was at university. That's when I really got into cannabis culture, and I got stoned, and I really pushed some limits of it in the early days. And
Care to share?
Well, no, just like I just didn't quite. Basically, I lived with all these stupid straight boys in my 3rd year, and they loved smoking weed. And there was this one night where you actually won't like this story because of what we watched, but I did loads of like bong hits with them, and it was so strong and hit you so hard. And then we watched Lord of the Rings.
Oh, God.
Fellowship of the Ring. And there's just this one scene where Bilbo Baggins sees the ring and goes like, and his face turns into this like demon face, but then goes back to normal.
Yeah.
And they played it over and over again because they knew how much it was scaring me. And then I just remember, I think I got into bed and I could see like white misty shapes in my mirror, and I got very scared, and then I just woke up.
Oh, okay. I was more teenager.
Right.
Yeah.
I was a late bloomer with a lot of stuff like that.
But then I didn't when I went to uni onwards. I was like, by that point, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Did it as a teen. I was going to say that LA, the smell of LA is pretty much weed.
Yeah.
Wherever you walk, well, the few times you walk.
Yeah, you often will get a puff of it. And because it's legal here, you do sometimes get it in, it's not hidden away anymore. It's like, it's everywhere on the street, out and about,
or like that guy
at a restaurant.
Like that guy we saw swerving between lanes on the way to Long Beach.
Well, I mean, there's one place you aren't meant to be smoking a joint, and that is in your car.
Yeah.
He was smoking a joint and texting, and also overtaking in the fast lane on a like 6-lane freeway.
Yeah.
So we just popped on the brake and ignored him and just got away from him, didn't we?
I also got really confused when I got to LA when I smelt a skunk for the first time.
Yes.
An actual living creature skunk. Because I was like, oh, I think someone's been smoking around here. It smells like skunk. No. It just smells like an actual skunk.
Right. And is that where the nickname skunk came from? Because it smells like skunk spray?
It must be.
But it's kind of weird because I don't find the smell of weed that unpleasant. And the smell of a skunk's not that unpleasant. It's just strong.
Yeah.
It's not the skunk smell of the like Pepe Le Pew had me believing, you know?
Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew was weird, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. But
He was always trying to sex up that cat, but he was a skunk.
But wasn't his skunk like an aftershave, like a cologne?
Maybe. But wasn't it always that this cat accidentally got a white stripe painted down its back and then he
Yes.
was trying to have sex with her?
It'd be like the road painters were
Yes.
out and doing the lines across the middle of the road, and it went over this cat.
What a weird cartoon. He was like a French pervert, like always trying to have sex with her. It's really not good.
Yeah.
Should we cancel? He must have been cancelled.
He's already
by
been
now.
cancelled because I think they tried to include him in Space Jam too.
They're like, get that pervert out of
But
there.
they included him in a way I can't remember. They tried to address it, then it got cut and something.
Right, they did like a Me Too segment.
Exactly with Pepe Le Pew. That's actually what Space Jam 2 is all about.
Right.
It's the trial of Peps. So just yeah.
How do we get onto Pepe Le Pew?
Space Jam. Smell of skunk.
Smell of skunk.
The
Skunk.
smell of
Okay,
LA.
Okay, there
oh my
you go.
god. Okay. Fine. So. Something else I was going to say, West Hollywood I think it has the most weed restaurants and dispensaries in America.
Ooh.
So they're actually making it, as I said, weed restaurants now where you can go and either just smoke, but you can also buy and eat cannabis-infused food. I'm going to show you one picture.
Oh, what is that? Oh, is that a deep fried weed leaf?
It is!
Oh,
How annoying would that be? You thought it was a bit of like a broccoli or something.
Yeah.
Something gorgeous, like gorgeous tempura vegetable.
yeah. I love a little kind of tempura, like asparagus tempura. That's a really nice. That's a lovely little treat. And I guess you'd be like, oh, this tastes a little odd, like an asparagus.
Kind
They're
of like a skunk.
Oh, I'm dead.
Okay. So yeah, that's going on.
I have a story about marijuana to tell you.
Okay, I'm going to pull up and just blaze while you do this.
So there was a family holiday to St. Vincent, which is the Caribbean island that my dad is from. And we were, I was a young teenager. My brother was like 18, so I was 16. No, 14. 8 minus 4 is 4.
Yes.
I was 14.
Got it.
And we went with I brought a friend and my brother brought a couple of friends. And then my brother's friends' parents came as well. Mm-hmm. They all had, if you put all their names together, it was a really fun parent name. Obviously, you have Laura and Felix, slightly unusual. They were John and Chrissy.
Laura, Felix, John
and Chrissy. You know, John and Chrissy.
Yeah,
So
they're coming to St. Vincent.
So John and Chrissy came and their kids, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, my mum and Chrissy got it in their heads one day that they realized that they had never really smoked weed.
Oh, God.
And they got it in their head. They were like, well, we're in St. Vincent. Let's just do it. So basically, my dad was tasked with, getting weed. Now, in St. Vincent, everyone, it's still actually not legal there, but, everyone is smoking weed in the Caribbean. In general, it's very popular, but, everyone in St. Vincent, there's a lot of weed. It's just everywhere. My dad, we were staying in these apartments that were on this beach. My dad literally walked down the steps to the beach and disappeared into the darkness and the night. And then 5 seconds later came back and had full joints and weed and was just almost like he just got them from behind a rock or plucked them out of the sea.
Yeah.
And then basically they smoked too much. And then we had the very bizarre evening of Laura and Chrissy, who completely lost their minds. I remember my mum being really panicked that she couldn't get up from her chair, and she was going, Felix, I can't get up. And we were like, we heard you the first time. She's like, Felix, no, you don't understand. I can't get up. And then basically it ended with my mum being carried to bed, I think, and Chrissy crawling down the corridor to her bedroom. And I think she did throw up as well, which I believe is called pulling a whitey.
Oh, pulling a whitey.
So Chrissy pulled a whitey. Those two whiteys pulled whiteys. And that was just a really early, a teenage memory I have of watching my mum get stoned. You really enjoyed that story, Laura. I bet you're glad that one's out there.
She's like, Laura's somewhere, at home, like holding her hand to her. Like, I can't believe you brought that up. I had a great trip to Amsterdam with my friends in my 20s and had a big crazy weekend.
It's a real UK rite of passage when it comes to legal weed consumption. Is that trip to Amsterdam.
Go to Amsterdam. We're staying in this big, gorgeous, crazy Airbnb. And we decided that it was the last night. We thought, well, we'll have to get high. So we went to a cafe. Our friend, who will remain nameless. She wasn't going to get high, so she just sat in one of those vibrating chairs, like a massage chair,
right?
Constantly jiggling. We're like, oh, go on, every night go put a coin in, just keep her happy. So like, just constantly putting euros into this machine.
So strange.
And then 3 of us smoked, and then we're like, oh, we're fine. And we went to walk home, and it was like we started just like sinking into the earth. And then we all decided to go to McDonald's. We got McFlurries, and then we went back, and I couldn't get my jeans off. I remember just like standing by the bed, like, I can't do it. And I think that was the night where every night we rotated beds in the house, and there was what?
Why?
I don't know why. So that night after getting high, I was in the creepy like one single bedroom, just lying there, and I got so high that every time I moved, I thought I was making a really loud noise. So then I decided to Google that clip from Britney and Kevin Chaotic, where she's high, and just watch that over and over to like soothe myself.
Oh God, you shouldn't watch high things to not be high. Mm-hmm. My go-to at university was much like it was with any night, but I would watch Sex and the City, my DVD box set of Sex and the City.
Comfy.
Really, like I'd get in my single bed, which actually we did find out later they were leftovers from the local prison, prison beds. And yeah, I would get all my duvet, and then I remember once cooking an entire box of potato waffles.
Yummy.
So like 12 potato waffles, oven cooking them, and then taking that plate to bed with just a bottle of ketchup and watching my favorite was to put on season 6 of Sex and the City. I think was it out then?
Yeah,
it was. I liked that. I liked that last season.
I was at a dinner party the night of the final, and I did a speech. The final of Sex and the City. Who won?
Well, we did.
Yeah. I'm sure I've told you about the time we went to see Tron in the IMAX in London. Have I talked about it in the podcast?
I've lost the ability to tell the difference.
And we decided, I think I was with Crystal and the nemesis of the podcast. Rephrased him. Just didn't want to say his actual name. Now she's a dad, Didn't want to get him into trouble. So the 3 of us went to see it, and we dressed up in futuristic outfits. But that was just like tinfoil in different areas for Bob.
Oh,
like,
if I was high, I wouldn't like the crinkle of that tinfoil. I'd get really, really paranoid about it.
You say that, we go in, it suddenly hits me, and I'm sitting there. And at the beginning of Tron, you're essentially falling into a computer. And then I was like, every time I move, I make a noise. And the guy in front of me can hear like my tinfoil outfit. So I just sat there.
Well, I have a quiz for you.
Whoa.
It's actually not related to marijuana. It's actually related to something else, but it's also, I guess, kind of adjacent.
Okay.
I've got a quiz to... I thought I'd bring us to our segment that we're going to do on every episode, which is just a little check-in on the planet of Pandora. And that's talking about Avatar 2.
Our Avatar 2 updates. We need a name for this segment.
I know. I tried to think of something smart, and now's not the time.
How far is Avatar? Avatar... How are
Avatar 2 hot to handle?
Avatar 2 question mark? Will it happen?
Avatar 2
Avatar
broke girls. Avatar 2 girls 1 cup.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar
La Brea Tar Pits.
Avatar Too Little Too Late starring JoJo.
Now that I'd watch. No wonder that took 12 years to make.
Okay,
Avatar 2 updates.
So this isn't really an update. It's more just like let's get into the spirit. So I'm going to do a quick quiz with you. It's only 10 questions, but it's going to define. We're going to work out what character from Avatar you are.
Okay, and just to fill in listeners again, we are just really doing that long lead up to Avatar 2 when it gets released in Christmas, in Christmas.
It'll be delivered as a gift, I guess. In Christmas. Okay,
and our brothers are going to give their reviews.
Okay, so I'm going to cut this short in the edit because this is 10 questions. I'm going to have to read the whole thing out to you. Oh my God. NASA is looking for volunteers to train and send to another planet. You, volunteer ASAP, You're already part of the shortlist of top candidates. No need to risk my life. I'll pass. I'm not entirely sure.
Already in the list of candidates.
What sector would you be involved in? I would be an avatar. Security forces. Research and cultural relations. Nothing. I don't belong here.
I like cultural relations.
Research and cultural relations. Is
Yeah, I
what
don't
you'd
want to
be.
research, but I like the cultural relations because that just makes me think like I'm in there as like ambassador.
So you don't want to be an avatar?
No,
Okay.
I just want to be an ambassador for Pandora.
Okay, here's another scenario. Uh-oh, you were cleared for transport an hour ago, but it's not here yet. You flip out and look for someone to yell at. I think we know which one you're going to pick. Find out what's wrong and resolve it calmly. Chill out. I'll give it a few more minutes. Flip out and look for someone to yell at.
No.
Next.
No.
Oh,
It
I've
would
already
be-
picked it. So you're stuck in transit. Don't really know what that means. Which James Cameron movie do you watch to pass the time?
Oh,
Titanic, The Terminator, Aliens, or True Lies?
well, I would watch whatever movie's playing in first class, and that movie would be Aliens.
Okay. So you've arrived on Pandora. How'd you convince the Na'vi to move? I'd understand their culture first so we could communicate clearly. Use things that go boom. I actually have no clue.
I think I'd use their culture first.
Yeah. You're not going to blow them
Sternly.
up, are you? How would you travel around this new planet? What are those cool flying aliens? A huge metal machine with loads of guns. Genetically engineered hybrids. I'd walk. I don't want to destroy anything.
The first one.
One of those cool flying aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're walking through the jungle. What catches your interest the most? That pile of unobtainium around the corner. A glowing plant with beautiful colours. The powerful body of a predator stalking its prey. The network of branches above and around me.
The unobtainium, for sure. Like a shiny, expensive metal, I am there.
Finally, the best thing about Avatar is that it explores the differences in cultures. The graphics are stunning. It's entertaining as heck. It focuses on respect for the world around me.
Final one, respect for the world around me.
Oh,
Sternly.
unexpected. Okay,
The
and
stern respect I have for
calculating results.
the world.
You got Tsuti.
Okay, who's that?
Now, Tsuti, I'm not sure he was even played by a name in the movie, but he is one of the Na'vi, and he's basically like the Na'vi head of like war. So he's the really aggressive Na'vi that's trying to fight back against the
Wait a
humans.
minute, is he buff?
He's pretty good.
Okay.
Do you want to read the results?
Yeah.
Temperamental and feisty. You can be a bit aggressive. That's only because you're willing to fight for what you believe in.
Yeah, you know me, stern.
This is Future Frazer. I just tried to find a clip of that character from Avatar. Holy shit, Avatar is so fucking stupid.
Oh, see, in good shape.
Tsuti.
Good shape.
Oh, he's in good shape. Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that. So, speaking... Thank you for doing Avatar 2 updates.
You're welcome.
Speaking of Avatar 2, we need to talk about stoner movies.
Yeah.
I had a look at a list of them.
Very straight.
Yeah, none of these we would watch out of Rotten Tomatoes / Tomatoes 25 Essential Stoner Movies. I mean, like, dude, where's my car?
No.
Super Troopers. Don't even know what that is.
Super Troopers. I know Starship Troopers.
Different. We're the Millers from 2013.
What?
Scary movie.
Yeah,
We'll
fair
do
enough.
that.
Scary
We'll do
movie.
that.
I'm happy to acknowledge Scary Movie.
Ugh. Ted. If there's ever a movie I'm not going to watch, it's Mark Wahlberg and a CGI bear.
My brother loves Ted.
Of course he does.
You should ask your brother if he likes Ted.
So
There's no like good female stoner movies. There is. I actually think that what a weird movie for me to pluck out of my brain. But I remember seeing that Harold and Kumar go to White Castle movie when I was at uni, and I was like, this is funny.
what would our stoner
They feel a
movies-
little more like sensitive straight men that are stoners.
Spice World.
Yeah, you're right.
That's probably the gay stoner movie.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually include any smoking weed in it.
Yeah, that's true. But
That's just what we'd like to watch.
Wait a minute. But imagine smoking weed and watching it and like the bit with the aliens.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Fair enough.
How's your orange Fanta doing over there?
Oh, it's good. Do you want a little snack? I did buy some snacks in preparation for tonight.
Yes, and actually, can I have an orange Fanta as well?
I knew it.
Maybe in a glass with ice. Oh my! Now, if you can hear any rustles going in the background, that's because Frazer's putting together a little 420 snack platter. He's already poured me a very orange glass of Fanta orange. Oh, he's come over with multiple bowls. But talk us through the platter.
So, in the 420 platter, we have cool ranch Doritos, some What are these called? Cheetos. And Oreo double stuff.
I'm gonna go in for a ranch.
Yeah, do you know what?
Do we have Cool Ranch? No, we don't have cheese. But we don't have cheese over here. No. There's a flavor.
They have these in the UK. I think they're called Cool Ranch in the UK.
Oh, good.
I got regular Cheetos because the flaming hot ones are so delicious, but the heat is a real impediment to just stuffing your face. They actually like hurt after a while.
Now I would prefer a Knick Knack.
Oh, you think?
What about like a nice and spicy Knick Knack? Okay, original flavors, nice and spicy, ribbon saucy. That was the purple bag. Wasn't into that. Okay, so what is the UK equivalent of 420? The day in the culture.
Oh, that's a great question. I feel like it really has to be a day where drinking is the activity.
Yeah.
And then that makes me kind of think, well, what are the most like prominent like drinking holidays
St.
in the UK?
Patrick's Day, which isn't even UK.
No, but like we are caught up in the fun of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Amsterdam in general as a place.
Right.
Like a one day, like a one night in Amsterdam
Right.
is a bit like 420.
Do you know what? That's conceptually quite hard to understand.
Again.
In a kind of bending time and space and universe. But I do actually understand what you're saying.
What country is Amsterdam in?
Holland,
Correct.
which is in the Netherlands.
Correct.
Did you think I wasn't going to know that?
Yep. I remember on the train there, my friend Jen and I were like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of places inside a place inside another place.
So the UK equivalent... The UK equivalent of 420 is one night in Amsterdam.
One night in heaven. One night in heaven.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay. And we're going to finish off with a quick game of Welcome Not Welcome. That's a game where we say things that are very British or American and we say if they're welcome or not welcome. Basically, whether we like them or not. I'm going to go first and I'm going to say welcome or not welcome. The UK term, pissing it down.
Pissing it like it.
What does that mean?
Pissing it down is bucketing it. It's bucketing.
Which is?
Raining cats and dogs.
Okay.
Just
I was waiting for you to say the word rain.
I know. Just really raining.
Just
pissing
raining.
It's pissing it down.
See, we use, as British people, we use piss to talk about weeing, urinating, but also
To piss off.
but also to piss it down with rain. Is it because it's like it's urination
and you
from
can
the
be
sky?
pissed.
And you can be pissed, which means you're drunk.
But piss is too pissed off is one thing, but then pissed.
Yeah. Pissed means you're drunk.
Oh yeah.
Pissed here is angry, and that's
right.
it. Whereas at
Pissed in the
home,
UK is
it's
drunk.
pissing it down, you're pissed, you're
Pissed.
drunk, and you're pissed off.
Yeah. Oh.
Siri?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome or not welcome, a phrase submitted by Crystal and Tom. Welcome in.
What?
So they kept on saying in San Francisco, if you walked into a shop or a restaurant, someone would say, welcome in.
Typical San Bloody Francisco, isn't it?
Northern California.
That's how they do it up there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys are from LA? Oh.
I think it's because, they're like closer to the North Pole, so like, I don't know, something's gone wrong.
Not welcome.
Not welcome.
And we're going to say welcome or not welcome. We're going to say it at the exact same time.
Okay.
Welcome or not welcome. Long Beach.
Not
welcome.
Welcome or not welcome. Hamburger Mary's in Long Beach.
Welcome.
Okay, welcome or not welcome. Haribo fried eggs. Fun fact, not available in the US. So that the US Star Mix doesn't have fried eggs.
Oh, interesting.
So Haribo fried eggs.
I would actually say not welcome.
What?
I'm not a huge fan of I like the yellow gummy section. I
Yeah.
don't like the white floopy section of it.
So what about the hearts? The hearts with the floopy section.
I'm not a huge fan of them either.
Oh no.
I like just straight up like the sweets. I don't need the white floopy section. Kind of does something for me
So
that I don't
really, fried eggs are not welcome for you.
like. No, not at all.
What about real fried eggs?
Yeah, I mean,
In a sandwich.
Yeah, I guess like in a sandwich. Oh, actually, sometimes I like them on top of like a Japanese like rice bowl. You know.
Oh, that's good.
Well, everyone, thanks for listening,
It's been the 420 special. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts.
especially this episode.
Yeah.
What a winner!
I'm excited about just snaffling some of those Oreos.
I know I think we might move over to
Why
the
are we
couch and
watching-
watch an episode of Ab Fab.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
My other option was My Life on the D List.
Ooh.
But it might be too long. Let's do ab fab.
Do an ab fab.
22 minutes.
22 minutes and have
Yeah.
these snacks. All right.
You're welcome.
Bye.
You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.